And we are back for episode 5 now of Stay Talk. And we decided that this particular episode is going to be on merch. So we have brought out our wonderful little companions to assist us on that. And I think it's hilariously funny that we're Aussie line.
Yeah. Which I am Aussie line. My Felix is my alt. Chan is
Same.
my. I guess Chan would be considered my wrecker, but I kind of consider him a bias. Like, and then Hyunjin comes in, and then it's like as Pixie Bach says, it's we call it Prince Racha. It's Felix, Hyunjin, and Sungmin. So it's like those are kind of like. But I'm OT8. I love them all.
Yes.
And they all wreck me on a daily basis, but. I'm sorry. Look.
I know that's adorable. I am Felix biased. I am Chan everything.
Yeah.
Because Chan has now surpassed Wrecker, Alt, all of it. Just in general.
This is not an official. I apologize, but somebody did send this to me, so I had to.
And then Hyunjin and and then the other 6 just kind of all cycle in and out for wrecking and or biasing and or what have you. So right. OT8, but that's how my hierarchy works, as it were. But we decided that this episode we're going to kind of go over merch because this is actually a good idea because I don't know about you, but you and I being of similar age and of similar experience, having gone through the analog to digital progression with music.
Yep.
I swear to God, I stopped buying CDs. I want to say back in like 2007, 2008, pre 2010. So, we're looking at a good 14 years. Yeah. We're looking at a good 14 years that I have not bought a CD because I haven't needed to. We've had Apple Music. We've had, first we had
Pandora.
First we had Napster and LimeWire and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we had Apple, and then we had all moving forward and Spotify and what have you. Hands down, my degree, by the way, is in business administration. Hands down, the best ever marketing campaign you will ever come up with is sticking boy paper into a CD.
Yep.
Because we don't need them. We don't need the CD. We all pre-save the albums. I guarantee you, everybody watching this or everybody that will be watching this has already pre-saved Karma on at least one of the streaming services, if not, like me, all of them.
Yep.
So we don't need the CD for anything.
No.
But having all of the inclusions and having the posters and having the boy paper, I don't like calling it boy paper. I prefer to call it man paper at this point in time.
Yes.
Having the man paper, having the inclusions, having the posters, having the stickers, having the armband, wristbands, whatever we're getting this go around is the best marketing campaign ever created. And I do not know who actually started that process, but whoever you are out there, I both love and hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Completely. Because I now currently have, when 8 came out, I bought 5 or 6.
I didn't go that far. I bought 3, I think. First I bought for me, then I bought for somebody else. Then I was like, okay, the third one, I want to see what kind of pretty boy paper I get.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the problem because I have a somewhat addictive personality in that regards. And I like collecting things. And blind boxes are a wonderful, horrible thing for me in that regard. Like, I don't know if you remember the Disney Doorables.
No, I don't, but I know what I know about what you're talking about. Yeah, the little. Yes, I do. Because I had a Tinkerbell one.
I have the first 3 seasons almost completely full.
Wow.
From blind boxes. So collecting things with me is like I
always was a collector too. So for me, it's like my office. I think that's our
gen. Huh? I think that's our gen. I think our gen really kind of.
You know what? Like people, like I remember, I collected rocks. As a kid, I collected stamps. I collected, teddy bears to my mother. I collected, pins. Every time I went somewhere, it was a pin or a magnet. You know what I mean? It was like I think that is. You're right.
I think it's a kind of art because with me it was stickers.
Chains.
Oh yeah, stickers. Yeah. I have him too.
Yeah, I did stickers too.
I did stickers. The charm necklaces.
Yep.
When those came
I
out.
remember those in the charms from the charm necklaces. Yeah.
And having to
Or
find the
pins.
specific.
When Disney did pins. Remember pins?
Yeah.
You would get like those big lanyards, and you do the pins, and you trade pins with Disney
Yeah,
people and
Disney.
whatever. Yeah.
My dad got me into that one. That's his fault. I blame you, Dad.
Yeah.
But so the Disney pins, I actually have a leather jacket, and my leather jacket, which I can't wear anymore because it's too small, unfortunately. But the leather jacket that I have, the lapels of which are completely covered in Disney, and like my favorite Disney pins, like my favorite ones. But then I also did, Garbage Pail Kids when those came out. I did the Garbage Pail Kid card.
I understand. Yes. I mean, I collected hockey cards. I was into NHL, and my friend and I would collect hockey cards because I live in Connecticut, and Hartford Whalers was the team at the time.
So I think that kind of so when you start bringing this up to our gen, sold here, take my money. But that also goes into I forgot I had that one anyway. So that goes into the whole aspect of, so the first time I went to a K-pop store was in Orlando. My friend Erica took me, and I thank you. And it amazed me. I mean, it shouldn't have amazed me because I know how collectibles work, but we were talking about it before when we decided we were going to do this for the topic for this episode. It amazes me the price tag that one single solitary piece of cardboard, because that's essentially what this is.
Yep.
Can actually generate. And I like, it shouldn't amaze me because again, baseball cards have gone for millions of dollars before.
Well, why do you think that is? Do you know? Because Pixie Bach and I were talking about this when we were talking about, she was deciding she needed to have Sungmin in the Mets jersey and Sungmin in the, I forget which other jersey that she wanted as a picture card. And I said, well, what are they charging? And she told me the estimate. It was reasonable. It wasn't unreasonable. But she's like, what's the most you ever paid for a card? And I'm like, I think like 35 or 40. I said, but mine, it was that one that I just showed. It was the Barnes Noble official, Chanlix card, so to speak. So, and we were looking, my friend and I bought it from a friend we know, the Maknae from Skiz Nation, our Sarah. And we were talking about it and said, well, it's going on eBay for $100 and something. So she wanted to be reasonable to me. I wanted to go hash, wanted to do me a favor because I really wanted it. So we did. I mean, now could I turn around and sell that for probably $150? Sure. I'm not going to do that. I wanted it. I'm not that person. Like, I'm not collecting PCs to sell them. People are. So obviously it's going to make it a little volatile for, And
that's the nature of anything collectible. You're going to have the resellers out there that they make that their job. And that's, if you can do it, by all means.
Yeah. You want to know what other merch I love? And I'm going to show you this. And I'm going to give Clarissa K a big, she's lovely KK on Threads. She came up with these bias packs, which I love a good bias pack. But they are the cutest. I mean, some of them are actual like cards. Like, here's my Felix one. So it was like Felix here and Felix this one. Yeah. And, Felix, you get all these little things. And then like an IM thrown in with like an Instagram background. But what I love that she does the lettering. So she made stickers. She asked me what quotes I wanted. So, of course, I picked "The sun will always be there waiting after the rain" because that's our Fifi's, lyric. Yeah. Or I think this is anyone can be anything, you can be everything. I think that's a Han quote, if I'm not mistaken.
That's from Alien.
Right.
Yeah.
Or dreams come true for those who truly want them. Like those things. But like, look at this. And like a Felix bookmark. And then like this, she printed, I think, like it's a cute little, like this looks like totally like a boyfriend like went into the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's so cute. You know what I mean? And it has all these things. And so you like, you feel like you're supporting a small business. It's boy paper, which we all love. Okay, it may not be the most official, but who cares?
Yeah, well, I mean,
they're pretty. You know what I mean?
And so long as JYP isn't coming after them for copyright, then that's
right. Which I don't. That's a funny thing that you bring that up because I'm surprised that there's quite a few Skiz retailers on Etsy and stuff. Yeah. And I'm surprised, but the same reason I'm gonna sell myself out. When Temu didn't cost an arm and a leg for shipping, my mother got a little crazy and decided to give me some gifts. And she got me these pins. Now this is not official Zoo merch. It looks decent. Same thing with this. I don't know if this is official, but it's a little, Chan keychain in the t-shirt and it's adorable. But you know what I mean? Or like this is one of those key fob things with all the things on it. But you know, she thought she was doing something good. She saw it. She wanted to buy it for me. You know, some of the freebies that I handed out, you know, I handed out some of these, you know, the keychain and stuff. But like a lot of the stuff was a stay pin, and it has the heart around it. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I don't know where he's drawing a line because stuff says official SKZ. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and
well, like this shirt's not an official shirt. It's got the 3 Racha in the front, and then it's got the SKZs on the back.
Yeah.
For the 3 Racha guys, but that it's not an official shirt. It's
right. I bought one off of Etsy. I love it. It's my favorite sweatshirt. It says you mad? Why you mad, brah? And then on the back it has a sriracha bottle, and it's got the guy's signatures, and it says 3 Racha and the whole thing. It's like it's the best sweatshirt.
Can you send me the link to that, please? Because I might need to. I need to acquire
and they have
that.
it in all different colors. I got it in white, which was my major downfall.
My thing is also this is my backpack.
Yeah.
So and I've got my Bakari, and I've got my.
I have the Wolf Chan.
Then my Wolf Chan, and then I've got my. I love these ones, the little acrylics.
Yes,
I have a ton of those.
Yeah, I have a pop that I've been meaning to put on my phone when I get my new.
And then I've got my officials. Like I have my official Wolf Chan and my official and my unofficials. And then I've got, you know, the ID from the dispatch box things that they did, because I got Hyunjin and Felix for the dispatch box.
I didn't know there was such a thing. I mean, and then I have my my fan club kit that's got everything in it that I spent.
I've got my fan club kit, which I haven't even taken the raincoat out of it. I'm so afraid to, because I'm not gonna be able to fold it back up and stick it back in there.
That's
so I'm just leaving it.
I did take it out, so I had my stay card on me when I went to the New York show.
The only reason why I didn't do that for either of the concerts that I went to is because it doesn't really do anything for us over here.
I just put it in there, just like on some chance somebody said, "Oh, are you an actual fan?" And I'd be like, "Yes, I'm an official fan." You know what I love too? Like some of the non-official stuff is so cute though. Like, look at this. This is like my little
Zum-Zum.
Isn't it cute?
It's a SKZ Zum-Zum.
Right. It was like my little like squishmallow person. You know what I mean?
So and then like I got this as with my Wolf Chan. Actually, no, this came with the beanie, because I got the gray.
I got a small one for Felix, but then
I've got the beanie.
But I'll tell you who's also profiting, and I'm going to pull it out. Hold on.
And then this one, I'm very proud of this one. This is what I was talking about. This was the big card. These
magazines that we can't even read because they're in Korean, but like I have like an app on my phone where I can scan it and read them. And the articles are online, and you could translate them to English. But I mean, and I do love the pictures. I mean, there's all sorts of other ones besides the guys in here. Like I have all my Felixes are over there. The Esquire, the W magazine. You know what I mean? Like all the.
The only magazines I have right now are the Rolling Stone one.
I have that one.
And I actually have
frames for my wall.
And I actually have 2 of those, because I ordered the one and it didn't. It did it said it was they sent it out and it said it was delivered, but I never got it. So I reached out to them and said, "Hey, I never got it." And they sent me a second one. And then the one that originally was supposedly delivered arrived. So I have 2. But I have PC cards wise, I have 2 of these completely full.
Yeah.
And then and this has extra pages in it. I've added extra pages to what came with it. And then I literally have this is half of one stack. This is just half of one stack, and I've got 4 stacks like that. So this is easily 100 cards, easily.
Yeah.
And I've got about 400 more cards I haven't even put into a binder yet. And then I've got what else did I get? And then these guys the posters, the individual posters when they came out, because I got those. So it's best marketing campaign ever though. Is putting inclusions, like, because obviously a lot of this stuff isn't inclusions, it's the stuff that we just buy after the fact. But best flipping marketing campaign ever.
Oh, absolutely.
Was doing that. Yeah.
I don't even own a CD player anymore. Why am I getting CDs? And I'm thinking, well, you know what's funny? I do listen to my CDs because I put them in my car.
Oh, see,
like I have my whole middle section has. I don't have all my CDs out there. Like I have a couple copies of Ordinary, I have Rockstar. So like in my car, I have a Rockstar, a Hop, a No Easy, an Ordinary, an 8, and Hollow I just got, so I put that in my car.
Yeah.
Or I'll listen to Spotify, but because Spotify gives me all the rest of the songs, because I have like I Am Who or Levanter or one of them underneath here that I ended up getting. But and actually I just got Circus, which was the Japanese. When I got Hollow, I bought Circus because they have all the Japanese versions of Maniac and Silent Cry, and yeah. So I still do listen to them, and I do have like an old-fashioned boombox with the CD player still in it. So could I listen to it? Yeah, you know what I mean. Age myself.
I think I actually have a boombox with a CD player somewhere, a small one, like not the big one, yeah, a small one.
Yeah. No, I mean this is like big, but not the
like my PlayStation. One. If I really wanted to, I could put them in my PlayStation and play them on my PlayStation. Like I could audio version that way. But most of the time it's Apple Music or Spotify, and this is hooked up to my car, and then stickers. I've got my I have
stickers too.
I've got my stickers all over my phone.
Yep, I do too. Mine is faded, but you could sort of see like when I did it from New York, I have the 8.
I need to get a channel.
The guys are fading because of my finger.
Yeah. But so there's that aspect of things, but it's like we don't need to buy CDs. It is not a requirement. That is purely a I won't say frivolous, because obviously there are advantages to listening to the CD because of the way Apple Music and Spotify modify the sound quality for things. There are advantages to listening to the CDs. But we don't need it. We don't need to do it. But it's a great way to drive sales, man. And since sales are what basically helps them win awards, which basically helps them get the the recognition that they need over in Korea too.
The only thing I wish a U.S. manufacturer would step up to the plate and do this. I wish they were more size inclusive of their official merch.
Yeah,
that you could buy, because I love those sweatpants that are sitting on the fans thing right now. But I know, and believe me, I'm on my health journey. Like this is like I've been working out and everything for the past 4 years with a trainer and the whole thing. But like I'm a little bit I'm a Chan. Like I'm like Chan. I'm a little ample in the posterior region, and we need room for those. So like of all people, Chris, talk to JYP and let's get some
merch size for us, please. You've got to, and I do not say this in any way to be offensive. You have a rather large part of your fan base who is over a size 6.
Yeah.
Over here, at least.
Over here, right. Over here. That's why I'm saying like some US manufacturer, like please like partner with.
If we could please get,
like Republic Records, if you happen to get this, like come on guys,
please.
Like,
by all means, give us the stuffs. We would like to wear the stuffs, because like I didn't get. I was talking to Valkyrie yesterday because she was wanting to get the Chan hoodie. Yeah. The Chan hoodie that Chan designed. And part of the reason why I didn't go for any of that stuff is because I just knew it wasn't going to fit. Right. Like, at no point, I'm just nope, not going to happen. So there's that aspect of things. I right now literally have a T-shirt for every day of the week that is Stray Kids, whether it's official or unofficial. I could literally every day of the week I have 7 T-shirts. 2 of them are official. The other 5 are non. But then I've got on my. I don't carry a purse. I stopped carrying a purse years ago, and I just go with a wallet chain, and so that means I'm always wearing jeans or shorts or something that's got belt loop. And I have 2 on my chain. I've got 2. I've got a Wolf Chan and a Bakari acrylic keychain that stays on there, which is funny because you can hear me coming. I cannot ninja at all anymore. Yeah, because it clanks. But I've got that, and I currently have my Tamagotchi because I have a Bakari Tamagotchi with a Hankoka that I am somehow managing to keep alive. So I will continue.
I didn't even get one. They were adorable, but I didn't get one because I'm thinking I'm not putting myself through the trauma that I did the first time around, where it just kind of it always died. I'm like, forget it. I don't want I'm attached to everything too much, anyways.
I ended up getting it because my young one and I were discussing the Tamagotchis, and they kind of wanted one. Yeah. And I wasn't gonna get them because that was an expensive Tamagotchi. Like when Tamagotchis first came out with us, well, like I think I was in my early 20s when Tamagotchis first came out. I think
I want to
late teens, early 20s.
I was going to say it was in my teens because I remember I always kind of remember my age from what job I had at a particular point in time, and I think I was still in high school and I was working at my mall. I was working for a store called Garden Botanica, of all things, which was like a Bath and Body Works, but like more natural.
Yeah.
Yes,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
vaguely.
They had the best almond smelling. It was like amaretto smelling body wash and cream. That was like the best thing ever. But anyways, and I remember people having Tamagotchis, and it was attached because of like stores that were selling them. What year was it? Did you look it up?
Yeah, so the first Tamagotchi, it was in Japan in 96, and then it hit the States in 97.
Okay, because I graduated high school in 96, so there you go. Yes, I'm telling you all my age. We're that old, okay?
I graduated in 95, so, I was so late teens. Yeah, because I remember being in the comic book store, and the owner of the comic book store was debating whether they were going to want to carry Tamagotchis or not, because it was being marketed to comic book. That was one of the places it was being marketed for. And I didn't get one then, but I think they were only like $20 at the time.
I think that
when they came out. When they first came out. Right. Yeah, so, absolutely. To turn around and have a Tamagotchi that's $65, I'm like,
yeah, that was a little bit of shell shock too. Like I've spent some money, so I know. You know what I mean? I've spent some money on CDs that are like, I don't think I've ever spent that much on a CD before, kind of thing. So
I've got 5 copies of 8 sitting over. I have 5 copies. No, 6. I have 6 copies of 8, and then I've got 5 copies of Hop, because I've got 2 of the blue, 2 of the red. Oh no, wait, more than that. So for Hop, I have 2 of the blue, 2 of the red, 2 Felix accordions, 2 Sungmin accordions, a Lino, a Hyunjin, and an Ian accordion. But that's also because a certain store was running them at like, $12. Yeah. So
no, I know.
And it's
I got like when our group, when SKZ Nation was running the thing, we were getting like the jewel cases for the guys, and then the the individual. Of course, I needed to get, like, I think I got a Chan Ordinary, and I got a Felix. I got a Felix Hollow. Actually, I got 2 Felix Hollows, so I'm giving one to somebody because.
And it was funny because like my birthday's in July, and so for my birthday, and I have stuff on my Amazon wish list. So it's like, okay, and I the different CDs and stuff that I would like to get, and everybody was like, well, I don't want to get you a CD because what if somebody gets you the same CD? I'm like, it don't matter. You don't need to worry about it. So what if somebody gets me the same CD? I will get different man paper. Or I will have an extra poster or whatever, so I can keep one in, because I don't know about you, but with my CDs, I keep one full with all of the inclusions. Yep. And then I will buy a second one if I really, really like the inclusions. I will buy a second one, which is why I have so many flipping copies of everything. Buy a second one so that I could take the posters out, or I could take the stickers out, or I could take the whatever out and use it.
Yeah.
No, but that's I don't want to buy you I don't want to buy you the same CD somebody else might buy you. No, by all means, please buy me the same CD.
This is actually one of my favorite things, and I don't even know who gave it. I think my mother gave this to me, but look, it's got all the albums. It's like a little desk thing.
Yep.
But it's like, it makes me so happy to look at, because like, this is just some, like, I mean, now it would be, you know what I mean, with all the more, but it's like my little cute thing that I keep on my desk. And like every once in a while, like if I feel like listening to something, I'll be like, all right, you know what? I haven't listened to that in a while, so let's put on that. I mean, I usually put on like the This Is Stray Kids playlist, which is everything, but.
I have two playlists on both Spotify and on my Apple Music. One is my driving playlist. So that is the stuff that I listen to in the car. So it's the all the driving songs. Like this is the song I want to listen to. Roll my windows down, blast. If you live in my neck of the woods, you have probably seen my car, because it's got Stray Kids stickers on it. But then in addition to that, I'm always the one rolling with the volume up to like 50. The windows roll down. But if I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to blare it, and y'all going to deal with it. And so long as I'm under the noise ordinance, I don't care. But then, except for right now, because it's way too hot to have the windows down in my car. all the time. They're usually now that like they're cracked.
Yeah.
So that I'm not completely blowing myself out in my car.
Right.
But I have that playlist, and then I have my Delulu playlist, and the Delulu playlist is literally every album, every song, period. I just add, they release a new album, it automatically goes on the Delulu playlist.
Yep.
And I have not, I don't know how, I wonder about this myself sometimes, because I'm like, okay, this is extremely unusual for me. I have grown up around music. I sang when I was a kid. I would sing all the flipping time. My mother will tell you that I sung her awake and I sung her asleep. Like just, I was constantly singing because I was constantly talking. So it just kind of natural segue. But music has always been like my life. And there was a period of time before I found Stray Kids, in the time before, where I had noticed that music wasn't as integral to my everyday. I was finding myself, I'm the sort of person, ADD wise, where when I am at work, I have to have background noise. I have to have a podcast, music, whatever playing, because if I do not have that white noise in my head, then all of those hamsters, squirrels, whatever you want to call them in my head, I do that so that they can focus on that, so that I can focus on what I need to focus on.
Yep.
And for the longest period of time, that was music. When I was in high school, I had my little CD Walkman, and I had a denim jacket that had an internal pocket that was big enough to hold the CD Walkman. And I would throw the CD Walkman in there. I would run because my hair was like, I did exactly what I'm doing here. I would run the cord up through the jacket, and then just kind of, my hair was also thicker then because it's thinned out as I've gotten older. But, and then I would just, at school. And 95% of the time, the teachers had no idea that I had music playing in one ear while they were doing their stuff, so that I could focus on what they were doing. And then when I got into an office environment, it eventually became, I would always have a radio or something. And then as it got to the point where we actually had earphones, earpods and whatnot, I started using those. But prior to Stray Kids,
I had the cassette Walkman. I would always have with me.
Oh yeah.
Instead of the CD. The CD would always skip for me because I would always move. So at least with a regular cassette Walkman, it wouldn't do that. The only thing that you couldn't skip. You had to listen to the album.
But or I would have the radio on. Like I would literally not even use the CD portion and just listen to the radio. But I found prior to Stray Kids, I wasn't doing music as much. It was more podcasts or TV or YouTube videos or whatnot. And I wasn't doing music. And then I found them. They found me. I found them, however we want to put it. And I have not listened to anything else musically since then. I have listened to literally Stray Kids nonstop for the last year and a half, going on 2 years. And it's just like, and for me to have that much attention span, it's like, okay. And part of it, I figured out part of it is, again, part of it is the marketing, to kind of go back to the merchandising. They release so much stuff that as soon as I kind of start to get a little, I won't say bored, but as soon as I start to get a little monotonous with what's currently here, we get another album.
I know.
And now I've got, 5 to 10 new songs to.
But let's be honest. I mean, is it truly, do you find their music, even if you listen, I could listen to some of the stuff over and over and over and over. Like it's one thing. It's so funny. And and then there's always like a song you didn't think of, or a song you may not have heard of in a while, or a song.
Yeah.
Like I'm still uncovering some stuff, like some of their original, like I'm going way back. Like Awkward Silence, I had never heard, and it came on my Spotify all of a sudden because they didn't think to play it for me or whatever. And I'm like, I didn't know this was a song. Or they'll say something. They'll say, "Oh, do you remember this song?" Like I love I love Ta. I love. There's songs like that. You don't think of, like NS. Mm-hmm. There's a song called 0325. It's like a heavy, like rap, like, and it's like you come across it and you're like, oh my God, I didn't even realize. You know what I mean?
Right, because there's so much diversity just within their own catalog that you don't ever really get tired of it. Like I understand people can, I get it. I have found it utterly amazing that I have not gotten tired of it. And I figured out the reason why I haven't gotten tired of it is because it is so diverse just in and of itself.
Right.
Their own catalog is the last couple of albums, there's no skips the last couple of albums, in my opinion.
No, there's not.
So, you've got that aspect of things. But then as soon as you start getting as soon as you start getting comfortable, I'm going to use the word comfortable because that's really what it is.
That's a better way to put it, yeah.
As soon as you start getting comfortable with the catalog as it is, they drop another album.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. And I was trying to explain it to people that don't listen to K-pop. That I'm like, look, this is. And again, I need to go back and see it because it seems to be them in general. Like they seem to drop more albums than anybody else.
I want to say so. And more than any YP artist, and more than, and I don't know if that's because Chan's he's got insomnia.
That's
you
just
know what
them.
I mean? Like I think about it all the time because when I had really bad insomnia, I wrote a hell of a lot more. And now it's like I try to get the sleep because it's like, I need to get the sleep instead of the writing. So it's like, what I try to write during the, after work or whatever to fit it in. But it's like sometimes I wish I still had that kind of insomnia because I was so I got done.
And they've got hours in the day that they can just that's their job. So they can literally just spend hours working on stuff. And I think part of that too is because since the K-pop industry as a whole, the song format is shorter.
Yes.
Like the average time for a K-pop song is from what I've seen is about 3 minutes. Whereas over here it's 5.
But you want to know something? No, lately that's not true because and the only reason I say this, I was in the car with my son and I was playing him. When I'm in the car by myself, I listen to K-pop, I listen to Stray Kids, I listen to DPRE, and I listen to a bunch of stuff. But when he's in the car, he started to like old hip hop. So he liked I would play him some Beastie Boys. I would play him some Farside. I would play him, Slick Rick. Ran the gamut. Yeah. He also likes Kendrick, so I would play Kendrick. Well, I played him Eminem too. I played him an Eminem song. He's at that age now where I'm like, don't, this is gonna have some words, but kind of thing. Yeah. And I forget what song it was, and he's like, Mom, why is this song so long? Why are all your songs that you're playing me so long? And I'm like, are they really that long? And then I looked at the number, the time compared to songs that we listen to now on the radio or whatever, and they're a heck of a lot shorter now than they were when we were growing up. There was like a verse and then a chorus and a verse and a chorus and one more verse and one more chorus and then the end. Whereas now it's like verse, chorus, done.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's an interesting, and like gone are the days of Meatloaf and the 8 to 12 minute long songs that
or what Meatloaf or what was the Michael Jackson for that matter.
He did a couple.
He did. I mean, his were interesting to watch too.
So that's why they were long play forms though, is because it was a concept for him. He would do the song and then have the idea of what the visual was going to be while he was doing it.
And then have a major director like John Landis direct it for him. Yeah.
If he hadn't have done that though, what would have happened to MTV?
I know, it's true.
Realistically speaking, if he had not had that,
I remember the day that Thriller came out. I was homesick from school and I watched that whole thing frightened from behind my couch because I was that little. But I will remember that day for the rest of my life, and how, even though it scared the shit out of me, boy, my God, was that something.
Yeah, just how old was I when Thriller came out?
Should we ask Siri? Hey Siri, what year did Thriller come out?
No, the music video, because Thriller.
Well, Thriller, the album came out in 82.
I was going to say 82 or 83.
So the
video, I think, I want to say the video was 85.
Couldn't have been that much more, could it have been? Hey, Siri, when did the Thriller music video come out on MTV?
82.
December 2nd, 83. So, it was a year.
Huh.
Isn't that crazy? I'm sorry. I know that we're saying all this and we're totally dating ourselves, but it's just it's so funny to think, because what goes around comes around. It's the same thing. I collected when CDs came out. I collected CDs. I still have. I have all my CDs.
I still have a lot of mine.
In my closet. in my office.
Mm-hmm. I know. I still have. I don't have all of my CDs. There are CDs that I know I'm missing, but I still have a lot of. I still have a lot of them. I actually have. Do you remember the "Open Up and Say Ah" album cover? That was so scandalous.
Yeah.
And it's now but nowadays it's nowhere near scandalous in any way, shape, or form. But at the time when when the original "Open Up and Say Ah" album from Poison came out, it had a woman with doing the claw thing, all the kind of feral looking with a very, very, very long tongue. That was it. That's all it was. It's just a very, very, very long tongue. And it got banned. The FCC banned it. And they just did it so it was just her eyes, and everything else was blacked out. I have both versions of that album cover, because it was like, all right, you're gonna do the thing, so we're gonna do it. But it's and when you look back now, like the stuff that is considered unacceptable now compared to what was considered unacceptable back then,
yep,
as well as what was acceptable back then compared to what is not acceptable now, it's hilariously funny to me, just entertainment wise.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I was watching.
You see, yeah.
No, go ahead.
You see K-pop trying to push the boundaries of some of that, somewhat.
Yeah.
Like they can't do a lot, but they try, especially to appeal to Western. Like I'll give you, for instance, and to bring them up, 80s with the In Your Fantasy.
I haven't listened to the whole album yet, so or
well, you've seen the video, obviously, right?
For I saw the video. Yeah,
right. So it's like it's like just even some of the lyrics, like Chan pushing the boundary with like the F, the do re mi fucking giant. You know what I mean? Like that was brilliant.
Okay. Yeah, but okay, that has been Stray Kids one of Stray Kids' brilliances since the beginning, though. They have always, the way the way Three Racha in particular, the way they are able to play off each other, because it's not just Chris, it's all three of them.
Yes, you're right.
To play off each other and to be able to merge the Korean conceptual language with the literal English in such a way to actually create double entendres and whatnot, that it's like, oh my god. And I love it because, again, I'm coming from a Renaissance Festival background. Renaissance festivals, now I'm actually still amazed Renaissance festivals work, because they are intended to be irreverent. They are intended to push the line. It's humor and it's interaction that is not.
It's bawdy, which is, if you don't know that term, ladies and gentlemen, go look it up. But it's a good term. But it's supposed to be that debauchery, that bawdiness, that's what Renaissance is.
Thank you. And so, but it's a family show. They're always a family show. Yeah, so how do you walk that line? Blue comedy is not a thing anymore. Like, blue comedy is not a thing anymore. And if you don't know what blue comedy is, folks, go look that up too. Unless you are underage and happen to see this, in which case don't go look it up, because I'm not going to be held responsible for you getting in trouble. As my friends would say, if your children are laughing, it is not my fault. Yeah. But I had friends that did a show on the Renaissance Festival circuit, and they had that line was in every single show. If your kids are laughing, it is not our fault. Yeah. Because they were very, very good with the double entendres and the innuendos, and and that's what it was supposed to do.
Right.
And that's kind of the whole point at a Renaissance Festival. The same thing happens with Stray Kids music. And to a degree, some of the stuff I've seen from ATs, but especially from the guys. The way they are able to weave the languages together in such a way to create that without overdoing it. And it's literally one of those, if you don't know, you don't know, you're still going to enjoy it. It's Looney Tunes. It is Looney Tunes.
Yep.
Because if you, as an adult, going back and watching Looney Tunes,
there was a lot of stuff that went phew, and now you're like, yeah.
But but it was made that way on purpose. If you knew, you knew. If you didn't know, you didn't know. Either way, you were going to enjoy it, and that way, the adults in the room didn't get completely bored dealing with kid stuff.
Yep.
That is Stray Kids.
Hongjun's stanza in Your Fantasy is the one that comes glaringly obvious to me.
Which one?
Like, I want a piece of the cake. Like, that's saying right then and there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know what that means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's in such a way that it's done with finesse that you're like, okay.
Yeah. And it is amazing to me how, and I think that's another one of the things that kind of like why I was able to connect with this group in particular more than any of the other ones, because it's that there's that cheekiness to it. There's that tongue in cheek.
All the time has that underlying cheekiness. Lino, especially. I mean, if you watch Lino and some of the stuff, like the way I love like just in the last Tucker where he's like pushing the buttons, like he's poking the bear, but it's like he does that all the time.
Yeah. Like they know, and they know where the line is, and they will come right up to it.
Yeah.
And then they'll let it
Felix
go.
does it too. Like everybody's like, oh, innocent, cute little Felix. Oh yeah.
Innocent, my backside.
Yeah.
None of them are innocent. None of them are innocent anyway. But that's just.
But it's that the Chan Felix he called it a V Live, but it wasn't it because they couldn't do V Lives anymore when they were. Wherever they were, and he's eating the burger. He's like, "Why do you have 3 burgers?" Yeah. You know that one, and then he goes out of the room. And he goes, "Oh," Chan's like, "Oh, I hope you all heard that." And you know what he said, and he's like,
"Oh yeah," because
if you use a word that we can't. And I just was like, "Oh, well,
but he said it. Chan specifically said that so that you would know what Felix said
right.
without hearing it, because everybody would. If you know, you know. If you don't know, it's gonna go right over your head. And okay, Felix was just being cheeky.
Right.
I love stuff like that. All right, so we have pushed another 41 minutes. I'm trying to keep track of the time so we don't go over 45 minutes long.
45.
And you know, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoy as people find these videos. I'm hoping that they enjoy the longer format, because obviously, I know with YouTube and stuff they recommend 15 to 30 max.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, we could adjust. We could put these episodes out there and say, what do you think? Give us ideas for, we are always looking for ideas for topics.
Yeah.
We will talk
join the conversation. Please join the conversation.
Absolutely.
But I think we're gonna have a hard time sticking to 15 minutes. But we might get better about like being able to edit these down so that they're not quite so. But I'm kind of enjoying the longer format specifically because there is so much that can be discussed.
Right.
Just in general. And as you can see with us, we can segue from one to the next. And we started off with merchandising and we ended on double entendres and innuendo. But that's kind of the fun of it. So if I'm hoping the long form actually does kind of, and it's different from what everybody else does, because everybody else is doing the shorter format stuff. We are starting to push stuff out to social medias, so there will be shorter snippets of these. I figured out how to do that this morning. So we're going to start pushing that stuff out. So you'll get the snippets.
We're on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch,
Threads, and
Discord.
That Threads, Instagram, TikTok, Discord, and Twitch.
Yes.
As well as YouTube. So we've got plenty of places to find us. It is pretty much STAYtalk out as many places as I could possibly manage. And it is the same icon logo in every place that I have it. So where we put it. So you can find us that way. But by all means, please come join the conversation. Let us know what we're doing right. Let us know what we're not doing right, because I'm open to respectful, constructive criticism. Hello, kitty. Hi.
This is Polly.
We got cat blessed.
Yes, this is for Lino.
See, we are animal lovers. I just don't have a cat right now because my dog would go crazy. And so we're up here, we're doing this. We're going to try to do a couple episodes every week. We do want to try to get a nighttime one in so that we have a live at night when there's more people available to hopefully watch. But again, if you're catching this on the replay, thank you so very much for catching the replay. Do the whole push the buttons thing. That's all I'm going to say for that. And I think I will just sign off with now let's get up there and be the best damn fandom that Stray Kids deserve and make our guys proud as hell.
Yes.
So
bye.
Yeah, we're gonna bye bye. So with that, I am Chrysalis.
I am JC, and we'll see you on the next STAYtalk.
Have a good one, guys.